The verdict's in on Donald Sterling. At least the verdict over at Fox News and on the Rush Limbaugh show. Over at Fox News, clearly he was set up. This from Fox and Friends.
It's going to be taken. There's no question about it.
So, Donald, I'm looking at a lot of our emails. It says, hey, it's a private conversation. You now can't somebody, and she was baiting him. Do you fight this, something like?
Yeah, and Donald Trump calling her the girlfriend from hell. And then Rush Limbaugh saying, well, everybody knew this. It's because this guy, he gave a $2,000 donation to Gray Davis back 10 years ago. And 15 years ago, he gave $4,000 to Bill Bradley when he was a Democrat. The guy's a big Democrat. All right. This is the response of the right wing. Joe Madison on the line with us, the host of the Joe Madison Show on Sirius XM weekdays, 6 to 10 a.m. on Channel 110. JoeMadison.com, of course, his website. Joe, how are you?
I'm just amazed. At first, I've heard the response from Fox and Limbaugh. I haven't really been listening, nor do I usually. And I'm just absolutely flabbergasted. But you know what? I figured out, Tom, somebody, one of these concerted talk show personalities that you rumble with, once a year at Michael Harrison's event, said that one of his 10 commandments, as it relates to political warfare, is to never admit or give in to the premise of your opponent. How stupid! I don't know how one can even engage in intelligent debate or argument if you won't, if you're going to hold on to your premise, forget the facts. Like, for example, the reason that the tapes were made is that Sterling asked for the tapes to be made. He asked his girlfriend to make the tapes to help him remember some of the things he said as it relates to business and conversations.
Which makes you wonder if he's early Alzheimer's and knows it.
That might be, we don't know, but that could very well be the case. So this wasn't a setup. And then as far as Rush Limbaugh is concerned, as typical Rush Limbaugh, he only gives half the story. This is a man who, like a lot of oligarchians, they don't give a damn about a Republican or a Democrat. They just contribute money to both parties as he has. I mean, so...
apparently, he gave a very, very small contribution a long time ago, to very small contributions to two Democrats. I think Limbaugh is blowing in their defense,
exactly.
just so that the record is clear. Both Donald Trump on Fox, when he was asked that question, he said the comments were deplorable, and Limbaugh said the comments are deplorable, and both of them called the comments racist.
But that and maybe they're coming around because this makes for a very interesting 2 weeks we've had with Bundy.
Mm-hmm.
But here's what really bothers me. First of all, Limbaugh's right. Why are we surprised? This is a guy who said he wanted to run a basketball team like a Southern plantation where he would hire 4 Southern black boys to be headed by a white coach. And he also said to a potential coach, now listen to this, what makes you think you can coach a bunch of niggas? I mean, and he got one of the largest fines from HUD as it relates to racial discrimination in not renting apartments to Hispanics, African Americans. He referred to them publicly as stinky people, didn't want families with children. And yet he gets to have a team all these years. And I can't believe that owners and people who are close to this man don't know what he's been like. And the reality is that sponsors are now bailing. I think that, but here's the other thing, and I'll just finish my part here. They're talking about he should sell the team.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I don't know, quite honestly, because he bought that team, if I'm not mistaken, for $15 million. If he sold the team today, he would make over $1 billion.
Yeah, that's quite a profit.
And so that would be a profit.
Yeah.
So what a profit, and I could see him laughing all the way to the bank.
So, Joe, you know, I think this raises a large. This whole Cliven Bundy and Sterling, all this stuff raises a larger issue that maybe we can take a shot at in the 3 minutes or so we've got left here, and that is the Supreme Court has essentially said we live in a post-racial society. The Republican Party is taking that position. The Supreme Court has done it both with regard to voting rights and affirmative action at the University of Michigan. Doesn't this give the lie to that?
Yeah, it does give a lie to it. We live in an improved, let me repeat, an improved racial society, but not a post-racial society. Even during the Brown versus Board of Education decision, the issue was not only de jure segregation, but de facto segregation.
Right.
And that's the problem. It's hard to change attitudes. And the problem when you don't change attitudes, such as the Republican Party, they act legislatively on these attitudes. That's why they go after voter ID laws when there's no problem with voter fraud. That's why they go after the 1965 Voting Rights Act, because I've said it, I'll say it again. These aren't true conservatives. The ones that we used to debate up in Michigan when we both lived there. Milliken, remember him?
Oh, yeah.
The former governor? He was a conservative.
Yeah.
But you could reason with him. You could sit down and discuss with him. These people are regressives.
Yeah.
If we identify ourselves as progressives, the opposite of progressive is regressive.
Now,
They
Joe,
want to go back.
Yeah, and back in 1981, when Lee Atwater, after he had finished basically running Reagan's campaign, he said, N-word, 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 you can't say that anymore. And this is 1981. He says, by the 60s, we were talking about forced busing. He said, now we've reached a point, I'm paraphrasing here, but you can find the clip. And I don't have time to play it.
On my show.
Yeah, and he said, but now we're to the point where all we have to say is tax cuts, and people know that hurts black people more than white people, and so, you know, it's the new code.
It was the Southern strategy. It was the Southern strategy when Dixiecrats were upset because 50 years ago, the Civil Rights Bill was signed, and Johnson made his point. We did the right thing morally. We have lost the South. And so to attract the Southern Dixiecrats to the Republican Party, Lee Atwater created the Southern strategy. And what he said, because we play it almost every morning, he said, you speak in the abstract and you get the same results. It's just that you speak in abstract. Paul Ryan, what is the difference between what Paul Ryan said about blacks not wanting to work and what Bundy said? Nothing.
Right. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. It's just and the Republican base gets that, which is the real tragedy. Joe Madison. Joe, keep up the great work, my friend.
I'm just following in your footsteps.
No, it's the other way around. Great talking with you, Joe. JoeMadison.com. We'll be back.